Thank you for accessing this video, one of many created for our RCAF Association's members, especially those in leadership positions. All organizations, for profit, non-profit, and government, thrive on alignment when everyone is working from the same sheet of music or pulling in the same direction. This is essentially what we hope to achieve with our governance and orientation video sessions. Leaders are important in all organizations, but they are especially so in volunteer organizations like ours. There are many theories of leadership that might help some of us understand how to lead. In volunteer organizations, there are only 3 approaches to leadership that prove themselves invaluable time and again: situational leaders, servant leaders, and transformational leaders. We are currently plagued by transactional leaders, those who ask for something to be done in exchange for something they can do for those being asked to do something. This kind of leadership may be important in other scenarios, but what is critical to remember about volunteer or nonprofit organizations is that there really is no place nor any use for coercion. Coercion is the currency of transactional leaders. When it comes to volunteer organizations and nonprofit organizations, the currency most appropriate to pursue is the health of our organization tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year. We will return to these leadership ideas. Meanwhile, let's get down to the business of governance and orientation, because at the root of almost every question from members and non-members alike are queries about who we are, what we do, why we do those things, who benefits, and what things are we doing that we should perhaps stop doing. The Canadian Society of Association Executives, or CSAE, and the Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA, recognize 5 types of nonprofit associations in Canada: professional, trade or industry, health and social welfare, common or single interest, and sport and cultural. The letters patent of 1951 issued to the RCAF Association under Part 2 of the Corporations Act, along with the more recent articles of continuance in 2014, issued under the Canada Not-for-Profit Corporations Act, or CNCA, of 2009, both acclaim the RCAF Association to be a common or single interest association. The interest to which RCAF Association members ascribe is best expressed in the vision to keep Canadians interested in flying. This single focus on flying, more than anything, explains our emphases on youth, heritage, and advocacy. Our vision to keep Canadians flying was presented about 10 years ago and gained only mediocre support. The reason for the tepid response has everything to do with the degree to which members understand the scope, purpose, and raison d'etre for the association. I only raise it because the French translation inserts the words interested in, and quite rightfully too. If we keep Canadians interested in flying in the context of what we do, our mission, aims, and objectives, we can see some sort of purpose to what we do. Purpose is a special consideration, best described as the answer to the question, what would be missed if our organization suddenly disappeared? Let's return to the idea we are a single or common interest association, and our specific interest is helping Canadians maintain an interest in civilian and military flying in Canada. To do that, we leverage a set of functions, one manifest, and a number of latent functions, the things that happen anyway, some of which are, without a doubt, needed. While some readers may feel the RCAF Association's functions and mission align with one or more of the other association types, this only demonstrates a phenomenon all associations experience the longer they endure, namely the tendency for mission creep. Only when we ask why, when exploring our functions and mission, are we able to grasp how our own evolving activities, functions, and mission actually connect back to our original functions and mission. A popular motto, youth, heritage, advocacy, shows how our original advocacy function has indeed grown. The reality, however, is that advocacy remains our primary function and all other activities are just another form of advocacy. We will explore these ideas further to show how this came to be. We hasten to add, you may expect some of our members to argue most passionately about how important is the one mission aspect or function they themselves believe in the most, regrettably to the detriment of all the other many important things we do. This is understandable, but creates a great deal of dissonance, which our elected leaders always struggle to manage. The best we can hope for is that this booklet and other information like tools and posters, brochures, presentations are leveraged by our leaders at all levels in a manner that helps strengthen our great association. Stay tuned for more videos to follow that help our leaders understand governance and gain an orientation to the RCAF Association.